A house must be insurable for the bank to accept it as its security. So you must check with an insurance company to make sure the property is insurable before you go unconditional on your finance condition or you make any offers on a property without finance. Note, this is not actually taking out an insurance policy. This is just getting a quote to confirm that the property is insurable. After you have bought the property, you would then confirm that quote and actually take out the policy so that it's ready in time for settlement date. Most properties won't have any issues getting insurance, but there are some properties that do have potential issues that need to be covered off before any insurance company will provide insurance. To find out whether property is insurable, you should be able to do this by jumping online or calling an insurance company directly, filling in the required info, and then they'll produce a quote that is acceptable and good enough for what you need. As mentioned, most properties will be fine when applying this approach. But if there are any disclosures regarding potential issues with the property, then you may need a slightly more specialised type of insurance, and you may need to engage an insurance specialist to help you with this process to get the adequate writing that the bank's looking for, which is usually that the property is fully insurable without any exclusions. So having an insurance specialist get this for you is really important because the mainstream insurers often won't provide the adequate wording that you need in these scenarios. If you're ever looking for a recommendation for an insurance specialist, please do ask because we do have contacts for a couple of insurers who we know and trust really well. By going through this process, you're going to have the benefit of establishing what your indicative monthly insurance premiums are going to look like. When we do your initial application, we'll make some estimates based on the type of property you're looking at and where you live. But when you do get this quote, it will have a premium included in that quote. And so when it comes to figuring out what your total property costs are going to be, you'll have that number pretty clear, and that's going to help with overall budgeting for the property itself. After you have unconditionally purchased the property and you've had the quote provided by the insurance company, you can now go ahead and confirm that quote. And when the insurance company issues those insurance policy documents, you'll provide those directly to your solicitor, who will keep them on file and then attach to the signed bank loan documentation and send to the bank prior to settlement date. It's worth noting that some properties are tricky when it comes to getting insurance. It's a bit of a grey area and we do get some inconsistent experiences with banks. Sometimes when we're least expecting, banks will sign off properties without the insurance part being fully clarified. And then other times we will find that you're going to get 21 questions about the particular property when we weren't really expecting it to be a major issue. So just be prepared that that can happen, and all I would say is it is really important that we get the insurance process started sooner rather than later, so that if you do have any hard deadlines like auction dates, this is sorted well in advance so it's not a mad rush right before the auction date, and that will reduce the stress levels overall.